I'm getting the itch. I'm getting that itch. I'm getting antsy. It's been a long winter. What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining today. It is a mid-January morning. As you can see behind me, we have snow on the ground and we're getting more snow. It is cold outside. It has been a long winter. It has been a real long winter. And I'm getting that itch. I'm getting that book a vacation itch. Now, yes, I have a vacation booked for about 50 some odd days from now. We got some things going on in Florida, but I'm thinking a little bit more longer term. And I want to share those thoughts with you in the not so distant future as I take this little one out for her morning walk. I'm going to share my thoughts, and hopefully y'all can have some feedback for me as we go on that little adventure. So join me, and we'll chat some more. Once again, good morning, CPSC crew. Thanks for joining me on this walk with Oakley this morning. As you can see, it is another snowy day here. And what I will say is that it has been an extremely long winter. More snow than we're usually see, especially in the last few years. I can't remember a winter quite like this. But wanted to just share some quick thoughts that I have right now about what potentially could be upcoming for us. Maybe it's just a factor of the snow getting to me and feeling like a vacation and booking a vacation would make me feel really good. But I'm going to share those thoughts with you. So as you saw in our last video that we posted here, I gave you a review of the Oasis of the Seas. It was our first ever cruise. We'd never cruised before, and we were skeptical and weren't very sure of what that experience was going to bring. But if you watch the video, you would quickly learn that we actually fell in love with it, and we realized that cruising is actually a lot of fun. And specifically, our first experience being on Royal Caribbean, cruising was a lot of fun on the Oasis of the Seas, the ship that we went on. So, again, this could just be the snow talking, but it's definitely made me feel like I really want to go on another cruise and experience it all over again. Certain aspects I feel like we didn't have the full experience of experiencing everything that we would have wanted to. And we kind of, as we left the ship and have been home for a few weeks now, we're kind of like, oh, we should have did that, or we should have done that. And to me, if we're saying that, clearly there's a potential that maybe we missed some stuff and we need to go back and try it. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Trying something again is not the worst thing. So last night, after watching and binging on some YouTube vlogs over the weekend, specifically looking at two different ships, the Wonder of the Seas and Oasis of the Seas, I started really feeling that itch to think about booking another trip. And if we did book another trip, what would that be? I think after going on Oasis of the Seas and having that be like the oldest ship in the class, I started wanting to dial in a little bit more to looking into some of the newer ships. I also note that we also even looked at Allure of the Seas, recently reamplified, $100 million worth of amplification on the ship, which brought in things like the mason jar slides, the dry slide, the ultimate abyss. So there's definitely a bunch of upgrades. However, looking at that ship, I just felt it was too close to the Oasis. So started looking more into the Wonder and Utopia. after looking at our summer schedule, which is jam-packed with a lot of baseball and travel for baseball, and then looking at the school calendar, I actually realized after talking with my wife last night that Labor Day is going to fall a little bit later and school goes back a little bit later this year. So I was starting to think, hey, those last couple of weeks of August could be potentially good times to get out and try another cruise. So went on last night, started looking into it, and started pricing out those trips and seeing what they would cost us from a ship's perspective. Both Wonder of the Seas and Utopia are both offering the exact same week, virtually the exact same price, for a ocean view balcony room, which is what we would want to get. And I could get it even down to the T where I could get the exact same room number we just had on Oasis of the Seas. So I thought that was pretty funny. But looked into both those. Same week available. Obviously, Wonder is porting out of Miami and Utopia is out of Port Canaveral, I believe. So it would obviously be a couple different destinations where we could even fit in a couple different activities to do before the cruise, depending on which one we go to. But I think I am dialing into Utopia. Would love to hear other people's thoughts on what they think would be a good cruise. I just keep seeing all the hype, all the videos around Utopia, obviously being the third largest ship in the world at this present time, behind Star and Icon. Also one of the newer, well, the newest on the Oasis class docket. So I'm thinking that would be a really good trip for us, but would love to know what y'all think. But if I do book it, and I'm thinking I will, but I'm not 100% sure, I'll be sure to let y'all know. Super exciting whenever you start thinking about booking a trip. So I'll bring you along for that journey. And we're back. It was a great walk, a little cold, a little snowy. Like I said, getting over it real fast. Mid-January, this is when the winter really starts to feel a little bit longer than it needs to feel. I'm trying to keep into perspective that we got some things to look forward to coming up to get away from this and get into some warmer weather. I actually saw, just like over the last week, it doesn't seem like Florida was getting much better. I mean, obviously probably better than here, but definitely cold for Florida as well. Anyways, just wanted to thank everybody for coming along on that walk with us, allowing me to ramble and share my, random thoughts with you. Whether we book or not, I don't know. I'm feeling like it's going to lead to it. Definitely thinking, like I said, another cruise is in our horizon, just based on the last experience we had, and just the want to, continue to experience the cruise life, the ships, and what they have to offer. Again, I don't think we got that full experience. We got a great experience. We got a lot. But I almost feel like you just need a couple of times on these ships just because they are so big and so amazing. But again, thanks for joining. Keep your eye out for more content. I got a trip planned for next week, mostly business, but hope to get some pleasure out of it too and share some of that with you. So we'll catch you next time.